Step 1B, building your ePortfolio using a blank template. This is the first video in a series on creating and developing an ePortfolio on Google Sites for the Graduation with Leadership Distinction program at the University of South Carolina. The goal of this video is to teach you how to build a new Google site, which is where your ePortfolio will be located, rename the site, change the sharing and permissions setting for your site, and rename the home page of your ePortfolio. If you will be creating your GLD portfolio in Google Sites using the GLD template, see the video Step 1A, Build Your ePortfolio using the GLD template. To start, go to sites.google.com in your web browser. If you are not logged into your Google account, do so now. If you do not have a Google account, you will need to make one. Once you have logged in, you will see a page called Sites. If you have not created a site yet, this page will be blank. If you have, it will list the sites you have already made. To create your ePortfolio, click on the red Create button at the top left-hand side. The top of this page says Select a template to use. Leave that on the default blank template. We will discuss the look and feel of your site in the video Step 5 ePortfolio Design. You may want to wait to change the look of your site until after you have finished adding content to your ePortfolio. The name your site will be your last name, the first initial of your first name, and GLD Portfolio. You will notice that as you name your site, the site location beneath it is automatically entered without spaces. Once you've entered your site name, enter in the CAPTCHA at the bottom of the page and click Create at the top. Now we need to rename the site. So click on the gear or wheel icon, the Open More Actions menu, and select Manage Site. At the top of this page, you will see Site Name, which is the last name, first name, initial format to match the URL of the site. You will want to rename it to Your Name's ePortfolio. You always have the option of changing this title later if you want to, but make sure that your name is included. Remember to save often so you don't lose your work or changes. Let's click Save at the top. The page does not change, but a little yellow box at the top center of the page will show that it is saving, and then say your changes have been saved. A few other things to note on this page. You may copy this site or delete your site from here. If you intend to make major changes to the way your site looks after you have entered the content in your ePortfolio, you may want to make a copy of the site before making your design and layout changes. At the bottom of this page, there is a section called Mobile. We suggest that you click that option to automatically adjust site to mobile phones. Make sure you save your changes. One last thing we will do on this page is change the sharing and permissions setting for your site. On the left-hand sidebar, click Sharing and Permissions. On this page, there is a section called Who Has Access. The default setting under this heading is Public on the web. Anyone on the internet can find and view. this setting, there are three options for the sharing and permissions of your page: public on the web, anyone with the link, and specific people. We suggest choosing anyone with the link so that you can send the link to USC Connect for evaluation, or to the Blackboard Support Office if you have a technical question about Google Sites. Select your option and click Save. You will return to the Sharing and Permissions page. Now that you have changed the sharing and permissions of your site, you will need to rename the home page of your ePortfolio. To get there, click on the title of your site at the top left sidebar. At the top of the page, you will find a pencil icon, the Edit Page icon. There is also an icon with a dog-eared page and a plus sign. That's the Add Page icon. To rename your home page to About Me, click on the pencil icon to edit the page. Rename your page About Me. And click Save. Now that you have created the site for your ePortfolio, renamed the site, and changed the sharing and permissions settings, and renamed your home page, you are ready to start adding pages and content to your site. Information about these steps are in the remaining videos for GLD portfolios in Google Sites. Be sure to save your changes regularly.